Hello, my dear friends. Today we will study the essay on the pleasures of no longer being very young, that is written by G.K. Chesterton. In this particular essay, the opening lines of the essay that starts on the pleasure of no longer being very young. In these lines, the author Chesterton tells about some of the advantages of old age. He says that the advancement of age creates some benefits to the man which are not properly described. Chesterton says that the young persons are generally misguided about the real advantage of the old age. They are simply told that the old persons have a shining white beard like Father Christmas. They are also told that the old persons have the extreme wisdom like Nestor. Nestor is considered as the eldest and wisest of Greek Christians at the siege of Troy. Here suggestion is that advantage of the old age creates doubts in the mind of the young people, like the real advantage of the old age. When they listen about the real advantage of the old age, those advantages seem to them as just paradox which have often been told to them. The author here, Chesterton, he says that young people are not informed about the real advantage of the old age. Advancement of the age involves certain pleasures which the young people neither feel nor know. They often mislead about the benefits of the advancement of the age. So we should tell the benefits of the advancement of the age. They should know only the two advantages of the old age. Those are the beard and the extreme wisdom. Means Chesterton says that they only know the two advantages, that is beard and extreme wisdom, and rest they don't know. They don't know the real advantage of the longer age. So Chesterton here describes that there are other certain advantages of the old age which are not known by the young people. So in the opening lines he gives some instances of the pleasures which are attached to the advancement of the age. Chesterton here says that one pleasure which is attached to the growing older is that the things which we sometimes saw as up meaning and senseless, and that seems to growing fresher and even very young. It is the advancement of the age which renews our idea, and it renews consequently that we begin to see sense in those things which we were supposed to be senseless. We see the more freshness in the things than we saw in them in our young age. So these are the benefits of the older age. Next, the author also tells that the traditions and the institutions and codes of manners appears more lively to us in our old age. We see and realize in old age that the significance of these customs are very important. We see and we realize the young age that we do not know the meaning of these customs, and tradition. When we will aged, these customs seem senseful, or we can say meaningful. So author here wants to say that the advancement of the age widens the view of the person, and it gradually increases their power of understanding. So here Chesterton he comes with the idea of all persons that can understand the meaning of all traditions and customs more than younger people or young men. In the next passage, he says that a young man grows up in a world that often seems to him intolerably old. He grows up among proverbs and precepts that appear to be quite stiff and senseless. So, in these lines, author says that old is this stage when a person begins to realize the true meaning of the old traditions and customs. In these lines, he really wants to know that older age is also very important. If a man who is young, he has to live in the world, and this world is full of old things. So oldness of the thing is not tolerable to young man, but it is also important. He sees around him the old proverbs when he is young. He sees all percepts and everything when he is young, and now when he is not young, he is old. He tests everything. Now he feels that the proverbs and customs and precepts which are prevailing in the world are quite meaningful, which earlier he was thinking just senseless. Young people seems to be stuffed with all things. He is given the stones of death instead of bread of life. He is brought up on the dust of dead past. Thus the young person has to live in a town of tombs. Author calls it towns of tombs. The author Chesterton wants to say that everything which a young person finds in this world is meaningless to him. He does not know the significance and the utility of the things or the proverbs which he comes into this world. But now he finds that all the proverbs and precepts and customs which are prevailing in this world have some meaning. These are not meaningless. But in young age, he treats them to be dead because he does not know the real meaning of them. So the world is stale for him because he treats them a property of anecdotes. So these lines conveys the idea that a person that has a disliking for the things which were used by him, he does not appreciate the idea and holdings of the old person when he is young. And now in the young age he wants to live in the world of newness. For him, everything which is already prevailing is senseless to him, because he is surrounded by the old things and proverbs and maxims, and he feels that he is living in a town of tombs, and everything that is old, it seems to him as dead. He feels that he is living among the dead person. He feels very bored. But gradually when he starts towards the older age, things have been getting changed. So, next passage we will deal in our next video. Thank you.